Welcome. In front of me I have the MOTOROLA Edge 50 Ultra, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So to get started, let's open up our settings. And we can start off by going into the personalize section in the settings. Here you can customize a bunch of different things about your phone, which will include things like wallpaper, so we don't really care about those, but we also have things like the colors. So these are the accent colors of things like the toggles right here in your notification center, the things like the settings, bubbles and stuff like that. So yeah, you can customize those different colors. You can also select it based on the wallpaper if you want to. Now going back, we also have icon shapes, so this is a little bit more kind of niche. I do personally think that the default one looks the best, but obviously you can change those to the couple options that we have right here. And we should also have option to change the actual icon packs themselves, although this could be tied to a theme, which obviously, that being said, you also have themes in here that you can choose from. So yeah, there's a couple right here. We also have fonts. Now there might not be as many fonts in here visible as you probably hoped, but you can install new ones and they will show up in here and you can choose them. And then we have other things like, for instance, fingerprint animations. So we have, you can click on those and see what will happen. There we go. We have display size and text, layouts, edge lighting, and a couple more. These are a little bit less, I would say, wouldn't really classify those as customizations. So display size and text is just more like a accessibility rather than a theme. So anyway, let's move back to now the display section. Here we have dark mode and light mode. Dark mode will, I believe, come enabled by default. You can also change it to be on a schedule, which is a pretty nice thing. And you have a couple options. You have turn at a custom time, from sunset to sunrise, or at bedtime. You can choose whichever one you want. This will basically switch from light to dark mode at specified circumstances of your choice. As sunset to sunrise, custom time, or bedtime are three different ways that can be done. And obviously you can also turn off the dark mode if you don't like it. Next, moving further down, we have colors, and this allows you to choose the saturation of your display. Almost every phone comes with a vivid mode enabled, and on most devices it is egregiously oversaturated. So if you find it that you just think that the colors are a little bit too vibrant, you can change them to something like natural, and you can see automatically it tones down the colors. Now on the camera it kind of looked like it also dropped brightness. Didn't really think that was the case, but I will bring it up just a tad. There we go, to make up for that difference. And I personally like the natural option on most devices, as vivid ones are just typically too saturated. I do want to be honest about this. I do see the benefit of vivid mode, specifically when it's in a store and you have like a bunch of other devices. It does stand out more and it looks nice. But for day-to-day use, I personally find it to be kind of exhausting to the eye. So I personally prefer natural myself. But there is no wrong or right choice right here. So select whichever one you like the most. If you like saturated, all the power to you, select it. Now, a little bit further down, we have also the color temperature, basically. This goes over on top of the options right here, and it just allows you to make the display look a little bit warmer, colder, or custom just allows you to choose from the palette. It is a subtle addition of just this one color. So if I go to custom, pay attention mostly to the white colors, as these ones will be the most affected. So you can see it kind of changes. Obviously, when it's default, it's smack middle in this little color wheel, which is trying to be as white as possible. Anyway, going back to the main or the display section, we have things like edge lighting in here, which we also had in the previous in the customization section. This just lights up the edges of the device. Personally, I don't really find this to be that useful, but maybe you do. This works, I believe, also when the device isn't screen down, because I wouldn't want to place my phone screen down. It just seems not very good. Don't like to intentionally scratch my phone, so yeah. Additionally, we have things like flicker prevention. So if you see that the device is flickering for you, you can turn that on and it tries to prevent that. Then moving further down, we have couple accessibility, like 3-finger screenshots. This is just a swipe down or never mind, here it's actually touch. That's weird. But yeah, you can hold 3 fingers on your display and it captures a screenshot, so actually not as good as the other options, which actually do the swipe down with a hold that actually allows you to capture a portion of the screen. But maybe there's a way to change that. Now we have a swipe to split. Now this is a neat option for split screening. So when enabled, you basically just swipe like the thing shows you, so you can try it out. There we go. And then it shows you any kind of recent application that you have running in the background, and you can choose it from the list. So quick way to split screen. It also gives you like a full guide on how you can navigate through it, so you can shrink it and make one portion bigger or smaller depending on what you want. And let's see if I can do that. Now settings might not be working here with this. Come on. Yeah, I think settings is actually not supported by this. That's why it's not going into split screen mode. Anyway, let's go back. And now we're gonna go down to gestures from the main settings, and here we have things like the navigation mode, which right now I've been using the 3 button. I personally do like gestures myself, as they are much cleaner. And there are additional settings in the gestures right here. For instance, for the swipe for assistant, I don't like this. I find it to be a bit annoying. I don't ever use assistant, so I like to turn that off. The reason I don't like it is because sometimes I will just kind of do like a from very edge kind of like swipe for home, and basically what will happen is it will activate this. So I like to turn that off. Then moving a little bit lower, we have the edge sensitivity. So this is for back gestures from either side, and you can make it either more or less sensitive. This blue bar defines where your finger needs to be to start off, and move outside of it to basically activate the gesture. And additionally, last thing here is the hide bar. So you have this bar at the bottom. It serves no purpose other than to give you a visual indication on where you're supposed to swipe up to go home or to recent. I like to hide it. It doesn't do anything by hiding it. It still functions the same way, as you can see. It's just making it look a bit cleaner on the actual screen. Last thing in here, we have the fast flashlight. I personally like to have flashlights on enabled as a quick access kind of thing, instead of having to go into like notifications and toggle it on from there. So here we have one enabled, and the way you launch it is by unfortunately shaking the phone like so. There is no way to change this, so that's a bit of a shame. So shake is the only way you can enable it. The reason I'm pointing that out is because on some other devices you might be able to assign it to a double press over power button, which I don't think is the option right here. But we can check it out quickly. So I believe that would be under system. Oh, not system. Double press bar. Okay, so it was gestures, just a little bit lower. So yeah, we don't have the option to choose flashlight in here, which is a shame. So the shake is the only thing that you can do. Now, anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this list fun, informative. Anyway, if you did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.